Hi guys, I'm back in Auckland and ready to have a go at Firefight 2. So we're going to have to put up with a little bit of construction noise happening in the background there as they redevelop this public square down below our apartment block. But anyway, on to scenario 2, and that is Guterres' retribution, and this follows on from the scenario 1 where Colonel Guterres was ambushed and killed as he led a reconnaissance mission. And in this scenario we have elements of the US 5th Marine attempting to take this village here on this overlay, which was occupied by the units that retreated from the ambush, and I think units that were also in the village guarding some supplies. Furthermore, we've got more Marines coming in from the southerly end on round 1 as well. So essentially the Marines will be coming in from here and from here. And facing them we have non-combatants in terms of engineers and cooks and the like, as well as our regular Japanese infantry. And they are represented on the firefight here with a light machine gun in the village here, some infantry units and conscripts, which represent those elements I just mentioned. Interestingly, the conscripts have the emboldened special ability, which allows them to attack at a cost -1, and their red attack and front defense value is each increased by 1. So in fact they're up there with the infantry in terms of their fighting capability. So although they're generally considered non-combatants in terms of being engineers and cooks and the like, they are fighting at the quality of infantry. So attacking them will be some Marine infantry units, and that's it, and they've got to cross the river. In terms of the victory conditions, the US are going to score victory points if they get onto this village overlay here. It's 2 at the end of each round, victory points if they have a unit on that overlay, and they'll score for eliminating Japanese units. And the Japanese will score for eliminating American units, and they'll also get Bushido points if they are eliminated in close combat or in short range fire. The victory points start at 1 for the Americans. The Japanese have 4 command points, but that can go up and down with the Bushido. And the Marines have a healthy 9 command points. So that's the setup for scenario 2. I've got to draw 1 card for each side first, and then we're into it. So I'll come back to you at some stage in the game to give you an update, and then we'll wrap it up with the final portion of the video to see how it goes. This is the situation at the end of the first round. Victory wise, the Japanese are on 2 victory points with 1 Bushido point positive, and they've eliminated 2 Marine units, and we've eliminated 1 conscript unit. That's assuming I'm playing the Marines. Taking a look at the village, how this round progressed was I got the units on the board here in the first round from the southern end to assault the village from this direction here, and it's not an easy task by any means, and we made it this far, and then we sort of got stalled with this unit here currently cowering, and one of these conscript units coming from over here to help defend this flank. Heading towards the river, the 3 Marine units that were this side of the river have advanced up to the river, and then they sort of stalled at that position there, and after they sort of made their advances towards the river, the Japanese infantry unit that was originally stationed here decided to do a kamikaze attack across the river, got hit crossing the river, and are currently cowering in the river. A conscript unit has just come up to reinforce that position, We're stacked here with 2 units, one of them which is hit at the back here, at the bottom here, so, and they're in light jungle, so they're sort of quite vulnerable to machine gun fire at the beginning of next round, so I have to do something about that. So yeah, so I've assaulted the village from both directions, and it's just a hard slog, as I presume it was in real life. Yeah, it's now the all-important initiative, which will be important in this potential close-range combat, and this potential close-range combat here. I'd like to knock out that unit here. The dangerous thing for the Marines at the moment is that of all the hit counters I've drawn, I haven't drawn any no hit counters, and there should be, I think, 4 in their stack, so that's a worry. Yeah. Okay, so that's the state of the play. Let's draw it while we're looking now. So here's the Marines card for the new round, and that is command action 1, free action. Okay, yeah, good, useful card. And the ones for the Japanese, swift action, take an extra turn. In other words, 2 consecutive turns for 1 cap. That's good for them as well. Okay, and they've still got emboldened, which, because we're in positive Bushido, gives their conscripts very strong abilities, or makes them even equivalent to their infantry. So that's the situation there. And the end of the first round, we'll be back with the an update shortly. Okay, it's the end of round 2, and things aren't looking too good for the Marines. They've suffered significant casualties now, and they are really stranded on the verge of the or on the perimeter of the objective, and a lot of the Japanese infantry are now making suicide attacks against them to finish them off. The Marines coming along the beachfront have totally stalled against the river, which is pretty much impassable. Probably needed to go around here, I think, but then they're going to be facing some withering machine gun fire from this machine gun here in the open. So it's been a hand-to-hand combat all through this area here, with the Japanese really winning that, and a lot of units have taken a lot of hits though, with this Marine, this Japanese, this Marine, and this Marine are all taking hits. The Japanese have lost 2 units so far, and they've only drawn 1 no-hit counter, so potentially they're still quite strong. So things aren't looking too bright for the Marines here at the moment. Okay, we'll be back with the next round, or the end of the game, whichever comes first. Okay, here we are midway through round 3, and the Marines are falling back and retreating. Their attack from this direction here has been totally decimated, with all their Marines wiped out or captured. And as for the river, that was just completely stalled there, as near impassable. So I thought that initially the Japanese might just hunker down in the village and receive the onslaught, but it just seemed more viable for them to come out, and once the Marines had exhausted themselves or were spent approaching the village, they'd come out and just pick them off. Tough one for the Marines, I think, really tough one. Having said that, I got some poor die roll for the Marines and some good ones for the Japanese, which didn't help. So it was, at this point, a 6-point victory to the Japanese, overwhelming. They were on 3 positive Bushido, and they still had a fair number of units on the board, having only lost 3. So not exactly Goodridge's revenge. But anyway, that's Firefight 2.